Hello and welcome back to the next episode of our Alexander the Greek or the Great playthrough in our History Untold on Grand Duke difficulty. And now we have to finish up the antiquities and get ourselves away from the last place before we get lost at the end of the act, which is getting closer. We have like 40 turns left to make 500 prestige, which we intend to do via the Library of Celsus, which is getting us 175 prestige plus 150 if we get it to work. And maybe we are going to build a second wonder on top. The other thing we are going to do is we are going to go to war here. So we are going to push a third army out now. That's going to be the next goal here. And then, so you're going to make a bowman here. And we can't make another, so next turn we're going to make one here as well. That's going to be the third army we deploy, and then we use it as well on the offensive here. And now we're going to go for the flowers here. No, the, what's called? Saffron. That's going to be the next. And we can actually use something here. We want to use it here somewhere. Let's use it here. Get more of those stones. Actually, do we have enough of those precious metals? No, they are all gone because they are always used in recipes. So our scouts are moving over here so that we can see something. And we are going to skip some turns until we know more. And we have our fourth army out, and we have upgraded the existing armies to the newest tech. Okay, we have progressed a bit further, and we are getting closer to the end of the age, so we are, or at least I'm a bit nervous currently, but the Celts have, luckily for us, removed the defensive troops from Argila here. And we're going to use this, so we are going to declare war here. So we're going to do work expansion, Argila. That's going to only cost us a little bit of prestige. So next turn, we can move. We are going to move in there. We are going to use cursors here to buff up our strongest and the Wang Anshi to buff up the stronger armies here. And I think this one doesn't make sense now. So get a little bit. Now we go for a masterpiece again. So like here. Should be fine. And now we can send these guys in there. And these guys. And then we send this guy here and this guy here. And ideally we can, if defensive troops are coming over, we can block them here before they reach the city. That would be ideal if that works out. So this one stays here and fortifies. What we do with the scout, I'm not sure. Can we move in there? We can. So actually we can probably save. I mean, they would use the road, right? So if we throw the scout and this army there, they would come via the road, else it will be too... we leave the scout here. That would buy us at least one round, one turn, and maybe we can defeat that city in 2 turns. That would be perfect. Because we do have that plus 50% combat strength for the 5 first turns of the of a war. Now I also started on the lighthouse here, because we're running out of prestige for this here. So we do have 500 to catch up still, despite having our super town here. We're going to make one more army. One more legion here. Do we have already? Or do we need to make an elephant still? No, we already have. So legion here. And just the... There we go. Deploy in Athens. Okay. So they're going to siege this. And you're going to fortify. You're going to stay there. Good. And now the big question is what will happen here. So let's do it. We also have... We're going to get the claim probably here next. Is that enough though? No, 520, so that's close but not enough. Sad. Okay, it doesn't matter though. Okay, we get a first here. Ooh. We don't need... Ooh. Gets the fourth strength plus 10%. It's powerful. So let's get this. They are actually at war at multiple fronts here. So maybe that applies already before the siege. So mustering is ongoing. We are going into more trade goods here. Cotton. Fabric. And candles. Reminds me, I want to restructure stuff. Which I'm going to do in a second. After we have finished the war here. And we are going to... this one here. More strength is of course good. We have a settler in reserve. We are going to get the watchtower as well next turn. The wonders under construction. If we boost this one, it will cost us a lot of cash. But we are already at 6 books anyway, so that's good. We're getting closer. And this one here. Yeah, we can go. We can keep going like this. And so the benefit of the Great Lighthouse, because nobody has built it, is actually that we get 300 plus 450 prestige for this. So we will be ahead enough there. Okay, so we can get more religious spread distance. Or get a claim. I do like this somewhat. Prosperity per science improvement. No, let's get the claim. Maybe there will be better things later in a few turns. So let's see. Yeah, that's looking good. I think next turn we are going to have that city. And great, 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 great. So this war will be over in less than 5 turns. Okay, we take the elephants here. And 7 books. Getting closer. Inch by inch here. So let's see. We got coinage, and now we have to do milling, and then we go into the next age. And we just conquered the city. Nice. So we are going to assimilate this. Because the idea is that we are going to get a +1 city reward from the age transition. Okay, where do we do this? Oh god, what is that? City. I don't know. We put it here for more cash, I guess. Okay. So we got that city, we won the war, and that gave us... Yes! That gave us enough prestige to go up here. Nice. Because the city, of course, also has prestige assigned. Awesome. And so next turn we are going to... Yes, nice. So that brought us out of misery here. And we are going to take this tile here, because the University of Paracelsus, or how it's called here, Library of Celsus, will go there. And yeah, and now I have to do a lot of setting up here. Until I have figured out this city here. Not sure how much I will keep here, actually. So let's see. And let's do one more turn. So we are out of the danger area here. So really nice. What is with the others there? With the... Oh, the Celts will stay in the game, so we can probably continue conquering them. If you want. Ooh, Egypt displays rank 1 here. Interesting. So we are... Oh, we have to be careful though, because we are only like a few 100 points ahead. which means we really want to buy this wonder here. We take this province here. And yeah, so now I'm going to go through the city setup here and fix it and probably set up stuff here, like how I want to construct things and maybe deconstruct certain things, because for example, we are not really using the fermenting pit here because we have syrup from fruits and we don't really need wine. So that's, I mean, what is wine used for? Not really used to use. Yeah, so we are going to get rid of these buildings here, and I have to investigate what else we want to keep here. Well, we have finished bureaucracy, and with that we are going into Act 2. So for example, we are going to get the town center now, which is an upgraded gathering hall, which is going to get us bonuses. We can go to Empire now if we want to. And so the first act will end, and in one turn. Question is, what do we want to do now? We need to... What's the grocer doing? Okay, I don't know if it's worth it right now. Brewery is the upgrade to the mold stuff which we don't use currently. We could get the siege craft, that would be useful. Pilgrimage. Dried food goods, probably nothing we want. No. Mercenaries and oracles, probably good. So we have to see if we maybe need to get rid of a religion close to us. And the shrine is of course also useful. And these are better units. I think I want better units. Now let's get alchemy first and then we do feudalism. So in one turn we have the end of the act. Put a new claim here. So let's take this one here. What I've done, or what I've started now, is getting 2 new sets of workshops. One in our conquered city. So we have 4 workshops and a mill under construction here. We do have here 4 workshops and a mill under construction. Also added a mill here in the capital, because now we need to get some stuff going. Let's take this for the moment. We are going to set up the trade stuff after the workshops. The reason for this is that we have a lot of stuff to do now. For example, we have to get the gears for all of our things that use rope and so on. Then we also have to get the mining pick for all the stuff that is going to get upgraded to a mine. And then we also have to get barrets going. I think we need them. And so on. So there's a lot of construction that we need to do now. Oh, we got another first already. Yeah, 5 health is an easy pick. A new paragon is available. Not really what we like. We can... 100% siege damage and pillage damage is of course nice. I think we're going to take this one though. I also need to assign them again.
Fought Danish Viking invaders.
Research per turn in cities with a science improvement, so that's basically +2 for most of our cities. Or 5 per turn. I think we're going to do this with a lot of money. And do we have anything for this? No. Which means we are going to put you on available merchants. Can get +5 research flat. We can't write books yet, but there is already one. The strategist here. Oh, that's nice. Domestic. And so... yeah, we're just going to do something. Okay, we are going to just add it to this army here. We can change government again, of course. So we could go to Empire now. But that would pull us over the cap then. We don't want to. Because we're going to get land city limit if I recall correctly. Else we can switch to the new stuff afterwards. I'm going to just set up these kind of things right now like this here. And nothing else here. Because I want to produce gears for all of the stuff we own. And yeah, so our money is going to come in again now because we have reached 10 books. They were, of course, very expensive. And not like this. And now we can do the Library of Celsius here. So like this. And then we do the library next. We also need to buy the dwelling. So actually we have to finish the dwelling first. And you have to do the dwelling immediately afterwards here. We're going to buy the wonder as well. And act goals. Do they have to be finished before the act ends? Let's see. So Shanghai is gone. Tier 3, average prosperity 81. Okay. And oh, we actually got to 7. Really nice.
All the known world.
Good. And we just got 1 city cap as a reward for the Act 1 Tier 3 reward. And we got the lighthouse done. And are the... yeah, the Act goals are actually gone. So we didn't get any of the rewards here. No. Unless it was added before. Yeah, we got 150. Okay, so we got at least that 1 wonder here. So that's at least something, I guess. We can now use our merchants as well here in the Assyrian Empire again, which I can propose. No. I want the trade agreement first, because we have now a few merchants available again. So let's get additional cattle here. Let's get iron because we lack it. And also probably like this. And I think more cotton can't hurt. So this will be useful now. And the Library of Celsius we are still going to do there. Because can't hurt to have it. Yeah. Now the question is, how do we what can we do here? Can we upgrade further? No, we already upgraded this. Okay. And what else do we do? And next will be a claim again because the stats are bad that we have available there. We do need to start upgrading our stone pits now to mining. So for example, we could start here in... hey, why can I not... ah, like this. So we could start upgrading this one. But we also do have a long list of stuff that we want to do in this city here. So we really have money problems. And yeah. And there's also the one building that we can't build currently, which is the mint here. Because it requires us to have 10 iron, which we don't have. Oh, the mineral is... ah, it's a nation limit, not a city limit. Interesting. But yeah, so this is still that we did it right there. Yeah, we want the arena there. The arena should go here. Because then we get +2 prestige per turn if it built in capital, which is going to be. City walls is also going to be done. And Yeah, this... we have to see how we now continue from here. Of course, nobody of our neighbors disappeared, which is good and bad at the same time. I'm really tempted to get Gnossos. Do we want to race it, actually? Sure. Probably want to take out the capital first, though. But that's going to... we have to get our armies upgraded and so on. So we are going for one of the military techs, and then we probably take one a city or two cities of the Celts again. Yeah, so we have a lot of upgrades to do now, and we are really lacking behind, and our money is the biggest problem, which is mostly from the book crafting currently. So we are going to stop that. I'm going to adjust this. And then hopefully the money problems will get better again. Over time at least, hopefully. And how do you... didn't you just produce 2 point something? Farm, 550%. City production. Interesting. I don't know. I thought it was producing less. Yeah, and also the workshop that we have, we can use to finally get all of our farms with a plow. So if you check it here, for example, we do have... oh no, we have it now. Oh, great. So now we are going into the age where we get fertilizer, if I recall correctly. And we also get the heavy plow soon. Not sure where exactly it will be. High medieval, yep. So we have to now see how we exactly do everything. What we are going to construct here is actually finally a metal construction. So the first blacksmith here will go up eventually. And that will help us to finally also have some metal on its own. Yeah, I think the capital here of the Celts is really tempting as a next target of expansion. Just because it has the metal deposit, iron deposit here, which we want. We really, really want that. And yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to continue. I have to fix the book crafting now so that we don't lose all that cash. We needed to buy buildings now because we are really far behind. And so that's going to take quite some time to really catch up properly again. I mean, we are really good off, but my production, I don't like it. The Celts still have 6,000 prestige though. And Egypt is leading with 6,900, and we have barely 6,000 now. So the next will disappear would be Assyria, but that's very far away now. In regards to the tech tree here, I also have to really look around what we are going to do now, because I didn't play Act 2 much. But I guess we are going to hunt a lot of stuff, and we are going to push for a lot of signs so that we just can pick up everything. And we currently have 127 signs output. If you compare this, we can see that we are almost the leading scientist now. So this is awesome, and we don't have all of our science infrastructure established yet. So that's another thing. I mean, the capital here has done some, but we can still improve on this because we still lack the barracks here. And then there is one room left for another science building. Whenever it comes, I'm thinking that was the next age. Alchemy at the chemist. That's not a science building. And guilds. Cemetery is religion. Monastery is religion. Oh, the artisan study is are coming now, so we have to adjust for this as well. But there is an upgrade. So it's probably the universities here, which will get us library, school, university here. Yeah, so this one +3 bonus research per turn for each science and military improvement in this improvement's region. So if we get the university down in this tile here, we would get an additional +12 from this region. So that's definitely worth it. And we're going to hunt this. Can we also do this still down here? Yes, there's also one room left here for exactly that purpose. And probably here as well. Yeah. So we can push out a lot of science here. We still need, I think, a 4-tile region here somewhere for science, which we currently don't have. So that will take a while until we build science here. I think this was 3 tiles. Yes. So this will be something else. And this one is going to be metal. And here, actually, this one could go into science as well as soon as it has done its commerce infrastructure. This one I'm not sure yet because it still needs to do its workshops first. So yeah, a lot of stuff to do. Okay, I've progressed through the first age of the Act 2 here. So the early Middle Ages are going to end when I press End Turn. And I just want to talk about our situation here. So the map is getting a bit crowded now, due to the fact that we have so much stuff on the map by now. And also our prestige is pretty much exploding now. We are already rank 2 and only 500 points away from Nefertiti. And if we look at the prestige over time, we can see that we are going up much quicker than the others now. Which also has to do with, for example, our research here, which we are almost leading. But also our GDP here, or rather our production if we there. So this is out of bounds now. And we do have the biggest population by far compared to the others. As we can see here, we are skyrocketing in population growth. And so we are going to be rank 1 pretty soonish, and we are going to expand further here because I want to take out the Kelts eventually now. I'm preparing for this. I'm upgrading my armies here into the Act 2 units, basically. I also expanded south here into New Katini here. No, sorry, wrong city. Further down here to here, because there are iron deposits. And so I got my 9th city there. Now I'm going to slowly build that up. I have to hunt all that deer and animals here. So my scout will loop around to the left and take all that out. I still have another settler running around here because I'm trying to find a source of precious stones for our... where is it gone to? Is this one? The mint here. Yes, exactly. So the mint needs precious stones as input to make more coins for us. So that's what I want to do here. So I want to find a deposit for this. Do we have 2 soundtracks running at the same time? Did we just bug out the soundtrack somehow? Sounds like it. That's weird. So yeah, why do we skyrocket in prestige now? Because we more or less have a feedback loop of what we have built up over time. So when we check out the standings here, we get quality of life +10, economic strength +14, and a lot of other stuff that we are getting per turn here, which is massive. And to summarize our economy, we have prepped all cities to basically run on these 4 products. We do have a festival, which is made in the city center itself. We have garments, which are made by our weavers. We have gourmet meals, which are made by our inns. And then we have the trade goods, which are made by our trading post. So each city has a trading post in this kind of money sector, best explained here, which also has the inn in there, which is making the gourmet meals. And all the spices that we earn, which we went for early game, are going into these meals here and also into the festivals here. So the festival also needs spices. So this is a perfect synergy here. And the trade goods require stuff from the weaver again. So this is the loop backwards again. And then we also have mills by now, which improve our sectors. Like a good example is here. So we do have Sorry, that's a shrine. It's still under construction here. So we are, for example, making a mill here and then the weavers in here, because all of those give extra production, basically. So we are boosting up our weavers and everything that is related to the chains that we need to make these input goods that we have. So our cities are running very smoothly. Our inputs are running nicely. The only shortages we have is, for example, wool and llamas here. But that can be resolved over time. Actually, do we need more llamas? Yeah, we do, but it's fine for the moment. So this is more or less our production loop that we do. We have also some minor things like the meat production, which also helps with the input goods for, I think it's the gourmet meals, exactly. And then we have the construction sectors of our workshops here, like we built one here. We have our capital one, which we made first, and then we also have a third one now over here. But we are already reaching the point where we don't have things to do currently, because we upgraded everything we have into, for example, barrels and metal tools and whatnot. So everything is proceeding here in gears, most importantly. So we also have blacksmiths now, which make metal ingots. We do have a lot of those. So we have our small metal sector here, which is producing that kind of stuff here. And we could actually throw in coins here if we want to, but we do have enough of those anyway. Yeah, so this is more or less our production chain here. And what every city gets currently is a science sector, like this here, which is consisting of military buildings, libraries, and schools. And I hope this one has one left. Yep, because now we are waiting for the university to unlock, which is going to get us another boost in science as well. But we're already 179 science. This is only going to get worse or better and higher, depending on how you want to name that. So, for example, our main city here has a science output of 66 currently. That's, of course, a lot. Really a lot. But so, yeah. There's a lot ongoing. And in total, we do have, therefore, 178 science output, which is going to push us here into the guild.
High medieval age.
And therefore the high medieval era. And now we are going straight into universities to keep pushing with science. And we are currently building another army. I'm going to actually buy a region here, because I want to drop a wonder somewhere. Yeah, I think this is fine here. Oh, nice. There's shellfish, so that is exactly what we maybe want. You will go here now. Let's start here. And we are going to just go here and stay there for the moment. I'm not sure if I really want to settle there, but I keep it as an option now. And yeah, we are going to continue planning our expansion east here. I'm not going to show everything here though, because more or less we are running on autopilot here now. And I just want to play along, and I will report if anything interesting happens here, or if there's any kind of interesting production chains ongoing. If you're curious or want to know, if you want to have some guides on how to play this, feel free. I think my next campaign will actually be on an even higher difficulty, because as we see here now, I just need to improve the Act 1 a bit further. I think I have to be more aggressive, so that I don't get kicked out. It was unnecessarily close in Act 1. It was only because I was lazy and didn't want to be aggressive or attack the Celts earlier. Now we switched to feudalist as the government form here. We have 50% harvest production in all city, which is really nice. Plus 10 security now everywhere. And we picked the industry and commerce improvement providers plus 1 money. So that's going to boost our income a bit further. We are still on low taxation. I think that's best currently. I mean, we could go here and get 200 income, but that would drop our happiness significantly. And I don't think that's worth it though. So let's keep the growth here and get more money by growing faster and quicker and building better. Because in the end, the improvements count for more cash. And now we have to just see what we want to do here. So this city is the biggest chaos we have currently. The others are rather clean in their province regions build up. For example, this is the specialized focused regions. They are working out nicely. I think we're going to push for... Ah yeah, we do have the brewing sector ongoing here. We also have to do a lot of upgrades now on buildings. Because in Act 2, of course, we get version 2 of most of the buildings we have. So that's another thing we are working on improving on all the time here. But yeah, I'm just going to keep going. And if something interesting happens, I will talk about it. But for the moment, I will prepare the war. We are making currently a siege army. And then I think we are ready to go for the capital itself. And I am interested in these 3 cities here. Korkai, whatever it's pronounced. I think I'm going to actually burn down. But we need more city cap for this to work. This is the bigger problem. That's why I want to get this region here. So that we can actually build a wonder. The Nemru dog. This one. I'm going to put down here. So that we can get it. We also need more dwellings here because that city is growing like crazy. So as we can see here, 26.2 thousand population per turn. And we are going to pass the 1 million population already. Taj Mahal is the goal, okay. And City Temple, we don't need scrolls currently, so that's fine as well. And we are going to collect the ruins here of the old civilization that was here. Apparently the one which got kicked out in this age was there. So after this we can make our legion. So you just stay there for the moment. Let's see. They all fortify here because they are already upgraded. This one is almost done with the upgrades, 3 turns. So let's see. There we go. And we of course go for... We actually need a food region and... No, we don't need a food region in this city, we don't. We can run on the stuff we have. Okay, and we also... Yeah, we're running out of trade goods again. Yeah, that is currently not working perfectly. This is not really worth it though. That gets 10% city production. But we need to get to 100 health again. So... Like this. Perfect. 27.1 thousand population per turn. This city is producing so much stuff now. And we don't need the dwelling right now. We can just do the numbered dock immediately. And yeah, so this is how we are rolling here. Let's make the army just to showcase how strong they are now. So we're going to build a legion here. We are going for... What was it with the 2 shooters in the middle? Diamond, here we are. So we're going with the... Oh, wait a second. Did I make the wrong elephant? Did I make the wrong elephant? Maybe. Yeah, I made the wrong elephant. That's the elephant ballista. That doesn't count. Okay, so we need another unit. We need another mounted unit. Can we make a knight? We can make war elephants temporarily at least. So let's do this. Let's get it. And now we can make them. That was a fail. What was it? Diamond. Diamond, yes. So here we can now get the war elephants, the berserker, and then the 2 mangonels here. And then we do have a really nice siege force, which is going to go for the capital and hammer down the wall that they have when it's done. So that's our goal here. Okay, yeah, let's rush forward. So we have progressed to turn 250 and we are at the almost end of the Renaissance, and I'm going to take out the core of the Celts here. They have happily expanded in other direction, like we can see there's a city here called Lemur, then there are 2 cities down here. We don't care that much about it currently. We also have 2 cities down here, which are one for the precious stones, that so our coin manufacturing can progress better. And this one, of course, was for the metal, the iron. And we also have flowers here, so this is a pretty positive thing on 2 fronts. Now we are going to attack the Celts here, and I'm going to do War of Expansion here. I go for the capital, and I'm actually going for like 40 turns here, so to get more time. 25 last time was not enough to take more than 1 city. But I also wiped most of their army currently. So we can check that out. The music is so crazy in this game. I'm going to tune that down. Like this. So let's talk about what we can see here. We are rank 1 with a lot of points ahead here. So we are almost leading 2,500 points towards Egypt by now. Our production, as we can see, is going crazy. Researchers also, we have almost double. We actually have double than most. And can we see military strength? Yes, we can. So we have only 1,500, so that's only okay. But the Celts are down to 790. So I'm not sure how many armies they have here in different areas, but we are going to move our siege army in here. Also, we are going to move you here. No, wait a second. We want to go. We want to burn this one down. I should have. Yeah. So we need to go here. You go here. You go here. You go here. And then you will try to go in here. This one still needs 3 turns for the upgrades that they are doing. And now we do have everybody moving. Yeah, let's see what will happen here. We need to crash the walls here first, and then we have to crash the walls here first. And this one still doesn't have a city wall. Meanwhile, our production has been getting more complicated by the minute. We are still upgrading a lot of buildings to tier 2. So like our workshops here, we do actually need another set of workshops, which I'm going to do here, crafting guilds that is. Because we are running out of stuff again. And there's more stuff that's going to happen in the workshops soon. So let's see what happens in detail. There we go. Actually, there is an army in there. Okay, there we go. We are going to bombard this, and then we are going to move in there. So, but this one is going to intercept this army here. And we can actually take this city right away. That's nice. So we're going to keep Knossos, and we are going to keep Bali Atakliath. So that's good. And this one we are going to remove, because this is just too small an area for a city. And yeah, so we're going to wait with that. Do we have 3 armies in this tile here? Ah yeah, we do have. One is the siege army. Okay. So I think all the other things are set up in here. But might be interesting to point out is that we have a grocery here, a brewery here, but we can't do much there because we don't need that much. However, what was interesting, we can now make explosives here. which are going to go in all those mines that we have, which is going to be very beneficial for our income in materials. That is fluctuating a lot depending on which recipes are used. So that's a thing. Okay, they have one army here. And here, also stay here. You stay here for the second, and let's go. Technology is done. Okay, and now we can... You can siege here. And you go siege here as well. And you move here now. To... Oh, they have an army here. Interesting. Okay, this one is getting siege, but this one is finishing next turn, yeah. And then we can move it here. That's fine with me. So I think all armies therefore are in use. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that correct? Yes, we have 7 armies. And all guys are at work? Yes, all our Aragons are working as well. Now we go into steel. Steel is going to get us the indoor stove, which is a very big improvement for all dwellings, residences, and so on. So that's going to be useful. And then we can also construct or start making steel in our workshops. Not workshops, but in our forges. We have to use someone here. What do we need though? We do need culture, our health. So probably here. That's still the best. And we want to block out the AI here, which is crawling into our territory here. So we are going to take this one. And pillaging gets us massive amounts of money, of course. So military aid offered. Oh, thank you. You're going to give me a ship. I'm not complaining about that. So this one is getting done. And now we can actually spend our money that we have looted there. And building some stuff here. Just buying a few things. Few. Okay, and when the wall is gone here as well, that would be perfect. So let's go. Okay, the upgrade is done, and we have to intervene here before they march into our city here. So now you have to bombard this one, and you can indirect fire on this. I mean, in the end, we could have also done this here, and I forgot about that. Yes, so, this city is still a mess here. Is there anything we need to upgrade though? No. Doesn't look like it. So we have to see what we could build actually. So I'm not sure what we have available. It's not much actually. Something here. These are the ceramic shops. I think we have all ceramic shops that are possible on the map. We could, however... Oh, we don't have a library in this city. That's weird. How did that get lost? Oh yeah, we don't have science in this city. Crazy. I'm really lost on that. The question is still what to do here. Maybe actually we are going to get a cannon here and a musket man again here. Just for the time being until we get a new region. This one here. Okay, we go expand in this direction. Yeah, they pillaged my region here. That's annoying, but it's not that terrible. Okay, we don't have coffee, sadly. So we have to... No, we didn't want to use coins here. We are lacking coins like crazy. Okay, and... So this one will go here. Okay. So we are going to take these two cities here, and we have to get a wonder for another city cap here. I think we have an area that I wanted to use here in the capital. And what we want to build is the Oxford University here, which is going to get us plus research per turn for each paragon, which we have 9, so that's plus 9. Universities will provide 1+1 research per turn on top, so that's another 5, 6, 7, something like this. So that's going to be very useful. And I don't know if more stuff got added, but city growth 10%, nice, but nothing we care about. Yeah, we're going to rush the university here to get another city cap on top. What we're also going to do pretty soon is address the religious problem. So we can see here that our religion is mostly here. And to the east is the Catholicism here, Christianity. And we are going to expunge the religion from these 4 cities here. 2 we are conquering, 2 which are already owned by us but have the wrong religion. So you just get these ones into the fold as well. What I want to say is that our capital has 5.4 million inhabitants by now. So they are that's like most of our yeah, that's like most of the population that we have is in the capital. Interesting. +5 science. Yes, please. Yeah, these are the new stuff that is coming online out of our workshops. That's why we need another batch of workshops. Because we do have the new items here, like the observatory. This is still a workshop. I need something else. I need one of the upgraded ones. The crafting guilds here. Yeah, and we also have the glasses here. So as amenity, we could use this as well, as soon as it's done. Actually, I want glasses here as soon as possible now. Because the reason for this is that we can also use that as amenity. Okay, feel free to use that as supply as well. Yeah, that's going to be very, very, very big. You're going to finish up one of the glasses next turn, probably. Actually use wealth for this. I want to see what it does next turn. Okay. Yeah, we are fighting here, that's good. So the walls are gone here, so we can now move in there. You as well. This is all ongoing, so okay. Everything is stabilized here in the war. Yeah, it's okay that we pillaged something. Okay, so now we can see what it will do if we add the glasses here. Here we go. So +1 research per turn for each science and improvement in the city. We have at least 3 or 2. And then plus 0.25 bonus production per turn for each industry improvement in the city. That's actually a lot, because we have a large amount of production here. So let's see what it exactly will do. So we have 82 currently. Yeah, it will get us +10. So that's a lot. That's really a lot. And we're probably going to make more because we still have room. So some are not maxed out. We can still make more artisan studios, even though that doesn't make sense. We also have still... No, we want to build the wonder here. So, yeah. And we are 21 of 25 tiles. So we are close to being able to do this, actually. So, by the way, we shouldn't do this farm upgrade here. Instead, we can get started on the... Can you spread your religion? No, we want oracles. These religion unit boasts a denounceability, enabling them to limit religions other than their own. Yeah, exactly. So we are going to need... We have 4 cities soon. So we at least need 4 oracles here, I would say, that we are going to buy in the next turns. Okay, all fights are ongoing. We buy these guys here. We help out here as well. Use the money that we are making. And yeah, so let's push forward to the end of this age already. Okay, I have progressed into Act 3, and I think I'm going to call it here. Because the next steps would be... I'm currently in a defensive war against Egypt, which for some reason didn't like me. Now, the next step would be to jump on the Assyrian Empire to keep the city cap up. So currently we are getting +1 city cap again from technology here. And now we would go through all of those technologies here. And we are, however, pretty far ahead. And yeah, not sure if that's worth it in that regard. Not even sure where to start here. Tractors, oil rails, assembly lines. The funny thing is that we are progressing in technology faster than... Well, how to say this? Ooh, what's that? Oh, that's strong. But no. Let's do this one. So I'm progressing faster in technology than I can rebuild everything. For example, our army, after the war against the Celti in the east, I disbanded all my armies and upgraded them to the newest version and then deployed them again. And when I was finished deploying, I already had newer technologies with newer units again, so this was not really... So right now I would need to, again, basically have to upgrade everything here now. Again. And that would take like forever. So you can see here. So next step would be to, again, disband the whole army and then upgrade them and deploy them again to avoid the 20 turns retraining time. I mean, I could take it, but I think I would need to go to war within 20 turns here. And yeah, however, this was quite funny. Leave a like and subscribe if you really like this. And I think I'm going to do a new campaign where I'm going to go higher in the difficulty and want to see what we can do. So, for example, what would we take? This one maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah, the main takeaway from this campaign, more or less, is that I think I went a bit overboard with the spices here. So you can see here that I have 3,500 spices, so I'm producing more than double what I need. And I should have hunted down a few singular deposits more aggressively, like the saffron, which we went for earlier. That was nice, but we should have gotten earlier a fur source. We should also have gotten a leather source somewhere if we were able to. For example, no, this one is also fur. This is also fur. Not even sure where we can get leather currently. Not sure. Where do we get leather? Let's see. I think it was used in here. No, then it was used in here. Here. Leather crafted at 10. Ah, it's crafted. Yeah, okay, so this is one of my mistakes here. Because we were at many places we would have needed leather, which we didn't have. And I had never built a tannery. Really? Alright, yeah. I never built a tannery. I should have done that. Like one region with 5 buildings, 5 slots, put all 5 tanneries in there, get the maximum amount out of the way. That would have been smart. Yeah, now we are pretty far behind in a lot of things, which we could have done. We should do more or less, but we don't really have I don't really have the motivation currently, because we are so far ahead now, and everything is not a struggle now, because we could make a very, very strong army without a problem. What does it give us? -5. Okay. We do have almost 6,000 more prestige than rank 2 here. So Boudica will go bye-bye, because we took most of that. And let's actually check it out. So we do have... We got 2,500 from captured cities. I think this is a bit high for the reward that you get for capturing cities. Standing armies also gave us recently quite a lot of points. Commerce is mostly through wealth, which we did decently in my opinion. It could have been done better. And religion didn't really matter. Culture either. We could have gone more into masterpieces though. I think we have one masterpiece set. Oh, I never prepared that. So we could have... Oh, look at this. I never did that. Oh, we could have gotten so much prestige from this. Yeah, right. Well, the Library of Sales here allows for the collection, which is really good. And we are making a lot of masterworks currently, which I probably also would do in the next campaign. And what else do we have? Science from advanced. Everybody has that, so that doesn't really matter. Industry, production strength, and city growth. Well, okay. And the main point here is population-wise, as we can see, I'm basically almost more than all the other factions combined in population here. I would like to know when you get the next verse, but it doesn't tell you, sadly. It would be really nice. You can see here that our religion is of course dominant also on the globe. We are still working on the religions here in the east. We should have started earlier on this. So we had got to 11% Hellenism here. And I think what I'm doing wrong is that I also need a missionary. So I basically need... I think I shouldn't work on all of them at the same time. Instead, I should have gone through one each pretty quickly. So this was also a thing I did wrong here. Now, what I really like is the new mechanic here with the nation's culture stuff. So we got a lot of rewards here, which are really good. For example, the fiscal accountability plus 5% tax is actually worth a lot. And then you have other things like plus 10% health. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And these things, they add up even early on. So definitely should go for this. And also what's interesting is the research that we can see here that we are doing 720 science output. I think it's already 760 this turn. Oh no, not yet. And we still have 2 or 3 cities which didn't get the science district. And of course, from that we can derive that, well, I'm the first here in the Machine Age, and Renaissance... And is Renaissance the last one? In Act 2? No, Enlightenment is the last one. I even skipped Mercantilism here, because we didn't need that. So, they are still deep in Act 2. So, which means before they reach Act 3, I'm probably already here in the last age, which doesn't really make it even... doesn't make it funny anymore. So I'm going to call it here. that was definitely a fun campaign. If you have questions, feel free to comment and, well, leave a like and subscribe and see you next time.